Let's bring in Cliff Floyd, Major League Baseball Network analyst, the pride of the Montreal Expos. We don't have a walk-up song for Cliff. I don't know what his walk-up song was when he played, but here's Cliff Floyd. Look at him. He's got short sleeve shirt on. I thought it was Barry Bonds when you first walked in.
No, not Barry. Come on.
Have you ever been mistaken for Barry Bonds?
No. What, because of bald head?
Yeah.
No.
Well, you're big. I mean, you're jacked.
I'm a big boy, but no.
You're jacked.
Am I jacked?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, you got the gun show going here.
I work on a little bit.
I know.
Yeah. I got my little tailor suits. You know, when you're on the network, you got to be a little.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah, you got to be spiffed
that.
up a little bit.
So are you ever mistaken for anybody?
No. You know what? Carlos Delgado.
I could see that.
Yeah, I get him a little bit more.
I could see that.
So
who had a better career?
He did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't mind being
no. It's all good. Yeah. As long as it's not a scrub, right? It's like he's a scrub. Like, come on, bro.
Stats Inc. just sent me a note. Cliff Floyd was 20 years of age when he made his debut, September 18th, 1993.
Yeah.
Facing Tommy Green.
Yeah. Struck out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your first 3 games.
Struck out. Live.
Five at bats. You struck out every time.
Yeah.
How is your confidence level? You go from dominating in the minors to all of a sudden you go to the show and you're thinking, all right, let me see what, you know.
Well, it wasn't good. You know, I go up to the plate. I'm thinking, you know, is this the time? Is this going to happen now? And, you know, I faced some tough pitchers. Tommy Green back in the day was really good, DP. And you know, then I think Kershaw. And then I said, okay, let's you know, and I'm not talking about the, you know, the lovely Mets because I ended up playing there at some point in my career. But I got to New York and I said, all right, here's it. I got to come through now. And of course, I got my first knock and first homer.
But it's not as easy as, you know, you're watching Jeter with almost 3,500 hits.
No.
Can you put it in perspective as somebody who played at a high level, that 3,500 hits?
It's you know what, this is how I look at it, and I never use the word consistent in our sport because you can't, it's hard to be consistent, and when you go out there consistently and do the things the right way, I take out luck because it's not luck. I'm telling you, you go out there and you do things right, you're going to get rewarded, and I think that's where you look at Jeter and how he's become who he's become today because of the hard work and the fact that he stayed consistent and he did everything the right way. I mean, if you look at this dude, every time he steps across that white line, it's full speed. It's 100% every single time. And I know there's been times in my career and a lot of other greats and a lot of other players that it wasn't full speed. You were tired. You know, whatever reason, you wasn't giving all, you know, you couldn't give all you could give. And that's why he's so special. That's why he's different.
You grew up in Chicago, so I was wondering if you saw any parallels in just the emotional part of this when Jordan decided that he was done with the Bulls.
Yeah.
And here you're watching Jeter, even though, you know, you're not a Yankee fan growing up a Yankee fan, but can you see any parallels between those two that you've witnessed Jeter's entire career and you were a Chicago Bulls fan?
100%. Last night was one of those moments for me when I thought nothing was going to beat what the Bulls accomplished back in the day growing up in Chicago and, you know, going to the Bulls game, sitting on the floor at the old Chicago Stadium and sitting there and thinking, how do you beat these moments of Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, you know, Craig Hodges? I can go on forever. And I'm going, you'll never beat this moment. And last night I'm sitting with my boys and I'm going, I'm choked up. I played 17 years. I done seen a whole bunch of stuff happen.
Wait, you're crying?
I'm tearing up.
Watching Jeter.
And you know what? I think it happened when after the game, you see CeCe Sabathia go up to him, you see Girardi go up to him, and you go, wait, what's going on? And they say take a lap. Right? What's the lap? Is it the lap around like Cal Ripken's lap where you go out and you thank the fans or whatever, right? And it was you know, magical moment when Rip did that. So you look back and you go, well, what's going on? And then he takes the little little walk around first base and you're going, okay, is he going to walk around the bases? Is he going to how is he going to salute this thing? And you stop at shortstop and that's when it happened. It was just that moment right there that I thought you captivated the audience for so long and then all of a sudden, this is how it ends.
But that hit you.
It hit me hard. And I can't explain why that hit me so hard, but I'm assuming it's just because you respect the dude the way he is, right? And when you look at the Gatorade commercial, that Gatorade commercial is real. Because you know the guy that's saying, stop right here, let me get out and you know, interact with my fans, with the people that I've interacted with so long. And that's the one thing you take from him is, it's hard to be who he is, but he's not guarded. He's not the guy that's going to walk down the street or have the red velvet rope sitting around him.
Did you ever ask for an autograph?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, it's at home, chilling.
How did it? I mean,
I don't. So you know what? He's one of those guys. He wants you to come and ask. He don't want you to send the clubby over and say, hey, Cliff Floyd wants your autograph. You hook him up. He wants you to come on and be like, and say whatever you're gonna say. Like, gee, this is for my son, whatever, whoever the heck it is for. And he respects that.
Did you say it was for you, or did you say it was for your son?
Of course I said it's for my son.
You know what I'm saying? Did he say, do you have a son?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I was hoping he didn't. But I do, so it's good.
But that kind of moment, though, would you get a ball signed or a jersey?
Jersey. I had a jersey.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so, and the one thing you never do is you ask for them to sign. You send whatever you have. Don't say, hey, unless you big time, you can go there, kind of get those spikes, whatever. I wasn't that guy, so I sent over the jersey to get it signed, and he's hooked it up.
You wanted something out of his locker?
Of course, you want some spikes. You want some spikes.
What do you want? What would you want from last night?
You know what?
Aside from the jersey, you can't have the jersey.
Can't have the jersey.
No. What do you want?
I would take the Gatorade splashing over the. I'd take the hat.
You take his hat.
Yeah. The spikes, those are things. Those spikes are probably going to the Hall of Fame, right? That's probably the whole uniform.
I'd take the baseball.
I would take the baseball too, but you're probably not. You know what? I would love the bat, but you're not getting that.
No, you don't.
Not so.
But how are guys not jealous? Guys are jealous of everybody in every sport.
That's the problem. That's why last night was so magical for me, because there's no hate, there's no jealousy. It's just real. But you're talking about a guy that's real. So then it's easy for you to get into that moment. It's not where it's like hard. It's like why would I feel this way for for a guy that's played this great. Well, I've seen a lot of great players.
Have you felt this way about any other player?
No. I mean, Jordan, Pip, like these guys that I grew up watching.
But no baseball player.
My idol was Harold Baines. I love Harold. I love him. But this last night was just one of those moments that I'll always cherish, but it was something in the game where I think when you look at, past today, guys felt something different.
He's Cliff Floyd from the Major League Baseball Network. Let me give you the full intro. You can watch Cliff on MLB Tonight at 6 o'clock, leading up to Twins at Tigers, 7 Eastern. MLB Network will air 2 exclusive National League Divisional Series games, October 4th and 6th. We'll come back with Cliff. Is that okay?
That's cool.
We come back?
Let's do it.
All right. Clayton Kershaw.
Wow, is he good?
All right. You guys have a problem when, we start to look at pitchers and say MVP consideration here.
Yep.
You get territorial.
Yep.
Got any problem with Clayton Kershaw MVP this year?
Well, not this year because, the two guys that actually was going to give him a run for his money, and Giancarlo Stanton and, Cutchin, got hurt at the wrong time. And I think this is the year that you give it, you give it a pass and he wins it. But I'm all for, the best pitcher in the National League. You know what? You win the Cy Young. And you keep it moving. Now I know we've seen it in the past. We've seen Verlander, recently and stuff like that. But to me, I think the everyday player deserves the MVP.
If you could start your team with Trout or Kershaw, or somebody else,
I'm going with Kershaw. I love Trout. I mean, I love him. I love his game. I love everything about him. I love the fact that he makes the adjustments on the fly. That's big for me and youngsters. But when you look at Kershaw and you look at the game today with the non-hitting. And the lack of, I guess, not the non, but the lack of.
Why is that? Where did the hitting go?
I don't know. I think a lot of it is more just the game is back to normal, and guys look at it as now, pitchers are getting better. Pitchers are hitting their spots, and I've always felt that if you hit your spots as opposed to having more velocity, then you're a really good pitcher.
But baseball's back to normal, so drug testing worked.
Yeah, I think it works. It's great for the game.
But we look at the NFL, and they want to test for HGH. And then everybody says, well, they'll just find something else. Isn't baseball going to find something else?
No, baseball is doing a great job. I think Bud has done a tremendous job of getting the game where it needs to be. And I think what it boils down to for me, DP, is the fact that the players are on board. The stars.
Yeah.
Not just the first-year player. The stars are on board. Matt Holliday's talked about, ban them from the game. Those are you have to speak up.
Well, okay, what would you do if I made you commissioner?
Right.
As far as drug testing, if you got caught, how many times do you get caught before you don't get to play the game anymore?
Well, right now, I think we're at a point where you don't go to the maximum extreme, because now you can't go nowhere from that. You work yourself up to that point. I think they've done a tremendous job. I would leave the exact way it is right now, because you're working yourself up to the point that, this is coming, all right? The ban from the game is coming. So if you still want to be stupid, then continue.
But I don't understand where you see guys who get caught, but then when they're supposedly not using, they still perform at a good level, a high level. So why do it in the first place, risk that, if you can still perform as a good quality Major League Baseball player?
I think your guess is as good as mine. My only thought is giving them confidence. That's it. I nothing else I can say about it, because I don't know, but I'm saying the confidence of it allows them to get to the point where now they can continue at the level they're at. I mean, that's just I'm just throwing something at you.
Well, it might be the placebo effect that you actually make yourself think that you're better, bigger, whatever. But, man, guys risk an awful lot with this stuff. He's Cliff Floyd from the Major League Baseball Network, joining us in the New York City Man Cave. So Kershaw, MVP, no problem with that.
Yeah.
But a lot of times when you go to the plate, you want to take away what do you do to set up Kershaw for your advantage if you were going to face him?
You was right on point. You was right on cue. You take away his best pitch.
Yeah.
You try.
Yeah.
But he has more than one. So it's like he's at you're at his disposal.
So
pretty much.
So what do you want
Well,
from Kershaw?
you cannot miss his fastball. He's going to throw it at some point. But I think the one thing that makes him so good is the fact that he'll start you off with a curveball. 0-0. You step in the box, you're down 0-1 with a curveball, first pitch for a strike. You're going, come on, man, give me a chance. I mean, that's how good he is.
Who does he remind you of?
I look back at the greats I played with, and I was a lifer in the National League, right? So I got a chance to face Hall of Famer Greg Maddux, and I'm gonna look at it from, I didn't face Randy Johnson that much, right? So I'm gonna look at it from the right-handed perspective. And for me, I had a chance to play on 3 teams with Pedro Martinez, right? Montreal, and then I went to Boston, and then I went to the Mets, right? And I saw him develop to this guy, and I thought, where's the ceiling?
He's underrated.
He's underrated. Where's the ceiling for Pedro Martinez when he left the Dodgers and come to the Expos, and he had a little gripe on it. Little chip, not gripe, chip. And I thought to myself, whoa. I mean, he was upset with the Dodgers and how they treated him. And he let it be known. And he took his game to another level. That's what I see with Kershaw. It's no ceiling for him. It's like he keeps getting better. And I don't know how you can get better than what he is right now.
Do you wonder if Montreal had won the World Series
in '94?
Yeah. Would Montreal still have a team?
A dynasty.
Well, you guys had a lot of talent went through there.
A ton of talent, and nothing against Olympic Stadium. I love the Olympic Stadium. I love the going there, and all the tradition that it has and whatever. But move the stadium downtown, and you have a dynasty in the city. Beautiful city, gorgeous. And I know it's all hockey, but we just had the opportunity to have, they brought the '94 Expo team back, right? And they had an exhibition game.
Yeah.
In March, right? So, and it wasn't the Washington Nationals, who used to be the Montreal Expos. Mm-hmm. It was the Toronto Blue Jays and the New York Mets. And they sold out both games. That's how much they missed the game.
Yeah.
They missed, because they're a close-knit type of city. They get attached.
Montreal ever get another chance?
I really believe they will. And they're going to do this exhibition again. And I think rightfully so, because if you want a team, you have to continue to show face.
What is the best World Series matchup for baseball?
The best, I guess, would be the both, California teams, right?
Yeah.
Dodgers, Angels. That would probably be the best, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Why?
You know what? I look at the Angels, and I love their team. I love what they're about. They've been able to get through, the adversity of losing starting pitching and all that. The bullpen has been great. The hitting's been there. They've done it without Josh Hamilton. I just don't think they have enough pitching right now. Shoemaker got hurt. You lose your big guys. Yeah, you can put a lot of emphasis on having an ace. But I look back at when they won in 2002. They had two quality starts out of 16 postseason games.
But they had great relievers, though.
Yeah, but DP.
And they did the small things back then.
They did small things, but you're talking about quality starts. So everybody's talking about do you need the star pitcher? Probably not, but you need more than what they have right now, and they're a little short.
Did you ever have somebody you hated on the mound?
I'm not gonna throw no names out, but yes.
Well, no, you got to. Well, you're retired. I mean, who cares?
You know, you hated a few guys.
Why did you hate him?
Maybe because of some of the things they did out there, the antics on the mound. You know, it took too long to throw the baseball. You know, how they picked up the dirt and just anything that took me out of my rhythm. I hated you. Man, it's real.
Did you want to fight?
No, I'm not a fighter. Unless you know what? I almost fought Roy Oswald. He hit me a couple times, and I told him enough. And then so he hit me open base in Shea, and so I remember getting. I mean, she smoked me. I mean, 94 right in the side, right? It's 2-0, and I'm like, and Brad Austin is catching. So I look at Brad. I go, that's it. That's it. We're going to Houston next week. He hit me. I'm gonna rip him apart. It's over. So, long story short, I do a Fox game this year in Cleveland, and Brad Austin is of course the manager of Detroit. Yeah. I go, Brad, you remember the time in Shea Stadium when you set up inside and Roy hit me? He goes, no, I don't remember that. I go, yeah, you remember that because I was great rip both of them like a new one. Like it got to that point.
But if you see Roy Oswald.
Yeah.
What would you do?
At this point, it's a wrap. I should have did it then. In hindsight,
Paulie, bring in Roy Oswald.
Bring him in. Go get him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at this point, it'd be like, it's like that dude that goes, yeah, I should, I'd have knocked him out. And then you see him, you go, what's up, man? How you doing?
What if he came in and said, man, I can't believe that you allowed me to punk you and I hit you, at Shea Stadium?
Oh, that's on there.
Oh, okay.
See, that's what I'm saying. You got to get me to that point. You can't just, off the cuff say that. I'll take it. But, I did see him in the lobby in Houston. I saw him in the lobby, and I was just staring at him. And I just looked at him.
And he
kind of like went his way. And like he's looking like he's on his phone. And that was it. But it could have jumped off if something was said. Like if he looked at me a certain way and like did something, it could have jumped off.
Who's the guy you'd never go out and challenge on the mound?
Oh man, that's a good one. It's probably not too many guys I probably wouldn't go out there and challenge.
Who would be the last guy though?
Carlos Zambrano.
Because he's crazy.
Capital C. Yeah, he's a little nutso. Yeah, he's a little nutso. I just had an exhibition game with him in Chicago, and he took everything seriously. I said, listen, okay, we're retired. This is for charity. And we having fun here. Like, relax, dude. He was like, see, that's why he always called me Debo. Debo from Friday, right?
That's not a good.
That's not a good one. I said, yo, my eye is not over here. I don't have the lazy eye, and nothing against Debo, but he did, and and so we planned and having a good time. He goes, and it's the national anthem. We doing national anthem, right?
Yeah.
And we stand online, and I'm messing around with it's the Cubs socks, right? And we messing around, and for something, I'm saying something to somebody on the Sox squad because we lined up on the line, and he goes, "That's why you never won, Debo, because you never take anything seriously." It's a charity game, man. Chill out.
What did Carlos Zambrano win?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he won a lot of money, but
let's bring in Carlos Zambrano.
Right now, hey, lock the door, lock the door. Lock it up.
He's Cliff Floyd, Major League Baseball Network. See him tonight, MLB tonight at 6 Eastern, leading up to Twins Tigers at 7 Eastern. Always good to see you, Cliff.
You too. Thanks.
Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, man.